or the critics play the role of the devil's advocate for a second now. One main criticism or concern that people always raised is, okay, this IMF program, they put the conditions and there's no negotiation power at all for the Sri Lankans, and generally it's the Minister of Finance, the Treasury Secretary, and the central bank basically participate in these negotiations and conversations. I think there's no one better than you to ask this question, because you have been in both sides.
Yes.
You have represented the IMF, so as the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Actually, can you explain how does
Sure.
it happen? Actually, do they come with a cane and say, like, do this, or how does this negotiation process happen? Actually, do they listen to us, or whether it is like we are just doing what they are saying?
Thank you, Dhananath. That's my favorite question. So essentially, the IMF comprises of more than 190 member countries. We are also one member country. Think of it as a global bank. It's actually the global lender of last resort. We call it the global lender of last resort. When no one else is lending to us, when no one else is lending to a particular country, this is where they have to go. So it's a given. There are some other options as well, but they are not as popular as going to the IMF. So think of it as walking into a bank and asking for a loan. There will be conditions that cannot be avoided. But think of the conditions that they are imposing. If you look at the Sri Lankan program, they told us reduce inflation. They told us increase government revenues. They told us reduce the budget deficit. They told us build up international reserves. They told us streamline your social safety net program. They told us introduce formula-based monthly fuel adjustments. They told us do electricity tariff revisions regularly. They told us introduce the Anti-Corruption Act. They told us stop printing money and make the central bank independent. They told us introduce a Public Financial Management Act. They told us introduce Banking Act amendments so that the banking sector will be strengthened. So when you listen to this list, only then you realize that these are the things that we should have done, but we did not do. So unfortunately, during the crisis, we lost our credibility totally. And somebody else from out at Sri Lanka had to come and tell us, ask us to do this. And that was the sad situation we were in. And these are actually commonsensical reforms that we should have done. I'll